Good morning. I've talked about shame and guilt in the past, and really, some of that, so many people have bad connotations of shame and guilt and how evil it is. And I'm not going to talk about that right now. What I do want to talk about is that you can combat it. You can do something where you don't get into that sinkhole of feeling bad about yourself because you haven't done what you wanted to get done, and then now you're feeling bad about it. That doesn't do you any good. What does do you good is getting out of it. And I'm going to give you a really quick three-step format. I've probably talked about this before in the past at some point in time because it's such an important method. But these I often don't give three-step formats. This three-step format is going to help you take action rather than simply feel bad about things. This is a really important process. So the first step is you need to ask, well, it's basically three questions. The first question is what went well? The second question is what went poorly? The third question is, what could I do differently? That's it. If you use this process, not only with things that have gone poorly, but if you use this with situations that have gone really well, sales conversations, a relationship, that whatever it is, when things go well or poorly, this process is going to help you make it better for next time. So here's how it works. And let's use a quick example. Let's say you tried to maybe network with somebody and they didn't really listen to you, and you went, I didn't even talk about my own business for a while, and I've got to do this in order to be successful. When you go home, what you can do is really quickly run this process through your head. It takes a very few minutes. You ask yourself, what did I do well? Well, maybe you ask good questions. Maybe I asked good questions and I got to know their business very well, and I can continue to help their business, which will help that relationship long term. What did I do poorly? I didn't talk about mine. I didn't take the time, I didn't budget time to talk about my own business and do the things that I know I need to do as well. And then thirdly, what could I do differently? Well, maybe next time I could, and there's a quick list of things that I could do differently, right? The first thing I could do differently is maybe next time I'm going to set up a schedule right from the beginning is, hey, I'd like to take the first half and just really focus on you, and then I'd like to tell you about my business as well. That's more likely to have somebody ask you about yours. Secondly, you could maybe follow up with them. You know about their business now, so maybe you could say, hey, I'm going to follow up with them and say, hey, listen, I didn't get a chance to really talk about how I think I can bring value to your clients or the people you know. Let's have another coffee meeting. So you can do these things fairly simply. Now this works when you've done something, again, really well or really poorly. It works in relationships. It works in things that you don't believe could be improved upon. You will improve upon them. It works on things that you go, I couldn't do anything differently. When you brainstorm this way, when you ask yourself, what could I have done differently, instead of could I have done something differently, that changes everything, because now your brain is paying attention. You're engaged with the process. There's a very simple process. It's a short video this morning, and this is all I want you to do. And you can do this on a daily basis now. Instead of getting into, again, the guilt and the shame and feeling bad about yourself or whatever it is, simply ask yourself, what went well? What went poorly? What could I do differently next time? As you do this, as you go through this process, you're going to start getting far better results in every area of your life. And I am really excited about the process for you. When I started doing this, I started taking responsibility rather than putting it on somebody else, or I couldn't do anything about it. And what that does is it gave me it empowered me and gave me an ability to control my own destiny rather than depending on others or a situation. And that is something that is incredibly freeing. Enjoy practicing this. Enjoy working with it. Quickly, it will become a very useful tool for you.